Hello everyone, this is Miss Duncan, and today we are going to be doing some math together. We are going back to lesson 7 this week and going to work on adding 2-digit numbers. Just for a review, we have finished all the lessons in our Ready Math book for the year. So if you have this in your packet, it's page 75 and 76. You can get it out now. If you don't have it, just get out a blank sheet of paper and you can write down with us as we go along. Alright, so we're going to get started. We're going to look up at the top. So we are using base 10 blocks to add 2-digit numbers. So let's read the instructions. Study the example showing how to use base 10 blocks to add 2-digit numbers, then solve problems 1 through 7. So what we're going to first do is study the example. So looking at the example box, we see that the question is find 18 plus 24. So what they have done is they show their model with base 10 blocks, 1 10 and 8 ones, then 2 10s and 4 ones, and they added those together. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And then 8 plus 4 is 12. So they have 3 10s and 12 ones, and they move that up here to the top. And we see that 3 10s and 12 ones. We know that 3 10s equals 30, and 12 ones is 10 plus 2. So first we add our 10s together. 30 plus 10 is 40, and then we have our ones. So 40 plus 2 is 42. So they paint 42 pictures would be the answer. Alright, so let's hop down to our box with our information in it. So our problem says Max has 29 rocks, then he finds 15 more rocks. So first what we're going to do is underline our important information. So Max had 29 rocks, then he finds 15 more. And we know that that word more lets us know that we're going to add. So let's read number 1. Write the 10s and 1s, then add the 10s and 1s. So first we're going to write the 10s and 1s. So looking at the picture or the model, we see that there are 2 10s and we'll count the 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 2 10s and 9 1s. Then over here we have 1 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. And then we're going to add those together. So we add 2 plus 1, it equals 3. And we have our 3 10s here. Then we're going to add our 1s. We have 9 and 5. And 9 plus 5 equals 14. So then we have 3 10s and 14 ones. So let's look at problem 2 now. So problem 2 says, how many 10s and 1s are in 14? So then we look at the number 14 and we see that there's a 1 in the 10s place and a 4 in the 1s place. So 14 is 1 10 and 4 1s, or 10 plus 4. 10 plus 4. Good job. All right, so now let's hop down to number 3. Add the 10s, then add the 1s. So first what we're going to do is we're going to add our 10s. We have 30 plus 10 plus 4. We are going to add the 10s first, so 30 and 10. 3 plus 1 is 4. Then add on your 0, 40. And then we're going to add our 1s next. So 40 plus 4 is 44. Good job. So Max has 44 rocks. All right, now we're going to go on to the next page. So this next page is 76. And we're still doing the same thing with adding 2-digit numbers. All right. So our instructions say solve, and then we're going to read our information. Miss Cotler has 27 black pens and 14 blue pens. So now we're going to underline our important information. 27 black and 14 blue. Okay, and we aren't sure what we're going to do with the information yet. None of the words in the information have told us if we're adding or subtracting. So let's read number 4. Number 4, write the tens and ones. So that's going to be our step 1. Write the tens and ones. So we have 27 equals 20 plus what? So 20 is the tens and 7 is the ones. Okay, now let's take a look at 14. 14 is how many tens and ones? So 1 10, which would be 10, and 4 ones. Okay, number 5. Add the tens, then add the ones from problem 4. How many pens does Miss Cotler have in all? All right, so first we're going to add the tens. So we have, our problem is 27 plus 14. We're going to add the tens first. 20 plus 10. 2 plus 1 is 3, and then add on your 0. So 20 plus 10 is 30. And now we are going to add our ones. 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4. We know that 7 plus 3 is 10, and 1 more is 11. So now we're going to be adding 30 plus 11 to find how many pens Miss Cotler has in all. So we're going to add, we always start in our ones place. So 0 plus 1 is 1, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So Miss Cotler has 41 pens in all. All right, let's go down to the next problem. So right here, let's read our information. There are 36 girls with red shirts. There are 19 boys with red shirts. There are 16 girls with blue shirts. All right, so we have 3 numbers. We need to figure out which numbers we're going to be using and what we're going to be doing with those numbers. So let's read number 6. Number 6's question says, how many girls are there? So we need to pay attention to what the question is asking. It's asking how many girls there are. So that is our important information. Let's go back and read and figure out how many girls there are. There are 36 girls with red shirts. There are 19 boys with red shirts. There are 16 girls with blue shirts. So we're adding up the total number of girls in red shirts and in blue shirts. So our problem is going to be 36 plus 16. So now we need to figure out how many girls there are. First, we're going to add our tens. So our tens would be 30 and 10. And we know that 3 plus 1 is 4. And then we add on our 0. And now we add our ones. 6 and 6. 6 plus 6, we all know our doubles, is 12. So now we're adding 40 plus 12. And we start in our ones place. 0 plus 2 is, shout it out, 2. And 4 plus 1 is, shout it out, 5. Good job. So, to answer the question, there are 52 girls. All right, let's go down to our next problem, number 7. Number 7 says, how many children have red shirts? So now we're going to go back up to our problem and erase and figure out, now we're trying to figure out how many children have red shirts. So it doesn't matter if they're a boy or a girl now, just if they have a red shirt. So let's read it again. There are 36 girls with red shirts. Okay, so we're going to underline that. There are 19 boys with red shirts. There are 16 girls with blue shirts. All right, so we're only concerned about the red shirts now. So our problem is going to be 36 plus 19. Step 1, we add our tens. We have 3 and 1, so 30 plus 10. We know that 3 plus 1 is 4, and we add on our 0. And now we are going to add our ones. 6 and 9. 6 plus 9. We know that 9 plus 1 is 10, and 5 more would be 15. So now we're adding 40 plus 15. And as always, we start in our ones place. 0 plus 5 is 5, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So to answer the question, 55 children have red shirts. All right, guys, you did a great job, and I will see you back here tomorrow.